I'm Jess Edberg. I'm the Executive Director here at the Dorothy Molter Museum in Ely, Minnesota. So Dorothy Molter was most widely known as the Root Beer Lady of Knife Lake. She died there in 1986 and was the last non-Indigenous permanent resident of the Boundary Waters. And her whole life story is told at this museum. Throughout our exhibits, you learn about not just her life as the Root Beer Lady, but also as a nurse and as a daughter and a child, and then coming to northern Minnesota on vacation when she was 27 years old. And that experience was life-changing. She started coming back year after year with her family and eventually started working at that resort. Bill Berglund, the owner, said, if you would not only help me work at this resort, but also lend your nursing care, I will deed this property to you when I pass. So she inherited that island and all of the resort property in 1948 when Bill passed. She made a life for herself out there. She established herself as a reliable, strong, competent resort owner, providing nursing care and basically emergency wilderness medicine to folks that got into tight spots and making root beer eventually. And from then on, things snowballed and she became more and more popular every year. She made upwards of 11,000 to 12,000 bottles of root beer every season. And by the end of her life was welcoming 7,000 people or more every year to visit her. And so when she passed, the people that had interacted with her on that much more personal level created a committee, and that committee eventually evolved into the museum that we're in today. The Forest Service was tasked with reclaiming that land and turning it back into a more natural setting so it would blend in with the rest of the wilderness. And the group of friends that had formed this committee approached the Forest Service with a request to go up and take whatever they could salvage before everything was taken away. Thousands of items are here that were brought down with such love and passion for Dorothy Molter back in 1987. So the first stop when you arrive at the Dorothy Molter Museum is the Interpretive Center and Gift Shop. And that building is where folks would check in, pay admission, but it's also full of mission-driven gift items, including our Dorothy's Isle of Pines root beer. We have 3 of Dorothy's historic cabins, and inside each of those cabins are various exhibits that focus on parts of her life, from root beer making to her family life, to living in the wilderness, as well as history of the Boundary Waters. And outside of those exhibits, we also use the natural space around us. So we have a quarter-mile nature trail. We also have a pollinator garden and bird feeding area, 2 of Dorothy's favorite hobbies. And we have a new sensory garden quiet area also. And then optional guided programs that we offer at the top of every hour for folks to engage further with staff and have a focused opportunity to ask questions and learn more about Dorothy. Our mission, our purpose is to preserve and interpret Northwoods wilderness heritage through the lens of Dorothy Molter's life and using her life to inspire the programming that we do, the events we hold, even down to the items we sell in our gift shop. They're all informed by that mission. Dorothy's story provides an example of being able to do what you want to do and understanding the risks and taking it head on, but doing it with integrity and with kindness and with generosity. She's just inspirational. Dorothy was such a special person, and it was such a special story, and one that it's very difficult to find anywhere else.